Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today's really about saving just enough keys to go towards 7 ER and HCs tomorrow. So right now, we decided not to get rockets or GBE because even though they're pretty helpful at this point, do want to get not only HCs but that 7 ER deck just a bit sooner. And token wise, maybe upgrade building damage and troop health to level 4. And not that final level because it's pretty expensive and again want to save some tokens for this other cool stuff at 7. I think most other stuff is maxed out. Eventually we are going to have to max out heavies, but not quite yet. And at least for right now, take 4 critters can get the job done. All we're really using them for is just clearing mines. But right now, running this base and we'll try it a few hits. Got our first match over here. This one being a 6 ER on the 7 deck layout. And seeing a fair amount of this kind of base. We'll try to use a few squad leaders to move up on that side. And maybe even avoiding that boom cannon for a bit. Which in that case we'll do kind of bullet towards this side. And on the left I like doing 2 rifles because one is enough for some distraction, but when the first rifle dies, you need some more GBE for this stuff. So in that case, 2 rifles can be just a little bit easier. So we'll make sure we got taunt going. And we're eventually going to flare the squad leaders up. So we can just do them with maybe, I would say just 1 extra bomber. So flare 1 building to bullet the squad bombers and 1 normal. And as the bombs are in the air, we're shooting that flame, we'll do just 2 bombers on this side. Get a rifle going towards the left. And then just 1 more bomber on the left side. Can go ahead, shock that critter launcher. And as those guys are doing, and then 1 more rifle on the left side. Should clear most of the mines. And right now, start moving these squad bombers up. Clear a few mines with critters. And then zooming out, just seeing anything else we need. 1 more critter right there. Can do a shock on that critter launcher mortar. And then maybe 1 more on that shock launcher. Left side, right side looking okay. Could do 1 taunt bullet. And are losing a few bombers to that sniper, which is kind of annoying. So shock it again. Because all we're really waiting on is those squad bombers up there. Maybe 1 more taunt bullet. Get a critter going on that side. Because what we really have to wait for is just those top ERs. Can even start flaring. It's taking a little bit of time, but as the machine gun goes down, we'll go ahead, do 1 critter and 1 shock. Only a few bombers, but I mean they should get the job done. Hopefully before the shock expires, but we'll see. So it looks like around a 215. See if it's okay. And looks like a win. We do want to aim for around 230 on these bases, but you can tell how good the 7 ER deck is. And it's not a super easy base, but you can kind of tell what the idea is. Like you have bullet and 3 bombers on this side. You know they're going to clear a bunch of this stuff, and bullet and that 1 bomber take down this ER. So eventually the 2 squad ones, you want to move all the way to this side. You know, you clear a few mines with critters. Eventually when we get art, that should help out too. And then really managing GB on this side. So we did, I think 1 shock here, 1 on this side. We didn't get the sniper, so maybe we should have done, let's say, 1 more critter early. But even losing a few bombers was fine because those 2 got the rest of these ERs down. And on the left side, usually 1 bomber for each of these mortars. And 1 rifle too, especially for those mines. If there's any way you can use rifles to clear mines instead, it always saves some GBE. And then even 1 more rifle, 1 more bomber to take down those ERs. So I think we needed 0 GB on the left side, and that's kind of what you want. Because when you save GBE, then you can only use your shocks and critters on the right side. Especially for the squad bombers, because they're going up there with no hero, no HCs, and you really want critters and shocks to keep them alive. And we got another match right here. This one looks like someone who went already 2-7 and now back for this deck layout, because he's got 100 building health and no shock launchers. So maybe we'll try squad bombers for the left side and then everyone else for the right. I think maybe one rifle should be enough. Because we're gonna kill this ER, then kind of flare on the right side. And the good thing about squad bombers is you can flare them whenever you want. So doing, let's say, one rifle here, all the bombers except the squad ones, and get these guys already flaring kind of in the corner. We'll delay bullet just a bit, maybe drop him now in the far right. And as soon as this ER goes down, we know we're going to flare on the right side. Maybe a smoke, let's say, on those rifles. So as we do that one flare, keeping those guys on the back. And then maybe one critter with one shock. Bunch of bombers gonna get shocked, but maybe it's not too bad. Squad bombers doing their thing. You can already tell it's taking longer because you have 100 building health. And then a smoke for protecting from that critter launcher. We'll do one more smoke on the right side. Maybe a critter for these guys here. And as that goes down, we'll kind of let them do their thing. Maybe a shock on that boom cannon. And clearing a few more. But just doing the squad flares straight onto this ER. Another shock on that boom cannon. Right side doesn't look too bad. Just want to clear a few mines, so maybe a medkit. And as this left ER goes down, we'll do one final flare in just a few seconds. Kinda didn't need it, but gonna get around a 220. So you can already tell that people going back to these deck layouts aren't gonna be too strong. And getting that win. Granted, he didn't have any shock launchers or rockets, but just the fact that imagine you have HCs and tiny shock and all that stuff, there's a whole lot you can do with only this deck layout. Maybe some people make a tough compact, but still, we'll see what's going to happen later in the season. And we got this guy right here. This time a 5 ER with that 7 ER deck layout. He does have 100 troop damage, so maybe trying to be a bit faster. And since he has no shock launchers, could even try, let's say, only one rifle on the left side. But still, same kind of hit. So floating bullet with 2 squad bombers, one this one, and one normal one. And as the bombs are going, a few bombers right there. And right away, floating the squad ones kind of in the back. And the remaining few bombers, let's say, on the left side. Since we want to be more aggressive, then we might start flaring pretty soon. But first doing a few shocks there. A bit unlucky losing one bomber, but not much we can do. Get a smoke going for bullet. And just keep on doing shocks on this side. Maybe once a cannon goes down, we'll start flaring. So do that right there. And then just one shock repeat. This side looks kind of okay. And for the last ER, we're going to do one critter for that shock mine, and then flare both of those guys, and one shock for the snipers. He does only have 50 building health, so even a few bombers should get it down. Bottom side looking okay. I mean, we are losing some stuff, so maybe a few more shots. Just barely. And a close one, but 239. Maybe fast enough. You can tell we gotta be faster since that 100 troop damage. And you see, it was pretty fast too. But that 1 second win. Maybe rocking like HCRC or something. Going just like that from the right side. So these still are pretty fast right now when they have that troop damage and you don't. But once we go 7 and probably that building health, then things might change up. Don't really seeing HCRC work when you got all that building health and especially that sky shield. But right now it makes sense for those guys to be really strong against these deck layouts. And that should put us in 19, so getting that chest. So even if 19 isn't possible, just saving till 7. Like we'll open it right away, and especially once we get boom mines that's strong against ground troops. And then HC should really help out. And you can kind of see how the rest of the season is going to play out. You have HCs tomorrow, the day after, critter launchers and 100 building health. And day after that, maybe one of those abilities with a sky shield. And I think just one more day for maybe rockets, GBE, and whatever's left. We still want to get Kavan at some point, but we'll kind of see how the next few days go and just play it out. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.